Beloved Masters, the God rays which radiated the divine blueprint/seed atoms for the Piscean age have gradually diminished in power, for they are no longer receiving the sacred fire seed atoms of Creator consciousness supplied primarily by the luminous frequencies of the sixth ray. The major focus for humanity during the age of Pisces was the lower emotional nature. Humanity had emerged from the stupefying, vibrational forces of the lower, instinctual animal/human nature whereby the focus was on scarcity, survival, and security. In the last 500 years of the Piscean age, many of the more mature souls were beginning to tap into powerful forces of the third chakra/the physical solar power center. They began to concentrate on their earthly mental/human nature, developing their creative abilities on the physical plane of existence, and acquisition of material goods became their major focus. Some of the even more advanced souls began to tap into the vibrational forces of the heart chakra, as well as the solar plexus chakra, thereby initiating the development of their spiritual power center, the solar plexus, heart, throat, and thymus gland, as they gradually began the process of spiritual awakening. In this sub-universe, the sacred geometric pattern for that era was the Vesica Piscis symbol, which portrayed the unified trinity of our Father/Mother God and the firstborn sons/daughters. Archangel Uriel and Lady Grace are the bearers of the sixth ray, which was the predominant radiance of God consciousness for the Piscean age. Archangel Uriel is often referred to as the Dove of Peace, and he and Lady Grace embody the Father/Mother God's virtues, aspects, and attributes of the sixth ray of devotion, forgiveness, mercy, grace and faith. This is the ray of peace, tranquility, and devotional worship. It was the vibrational patterns of the sixth ray that the beloved Lord Jeshua, Lady Mary, and Lord Maitreya, along with many other great beings of light, anchored on earth in preparation for these glorious times of transformation. They came to earth to plant the memory seed atoms of the resurrection and ascension process. A great host of angelic beings assisted them from the higher realms in activating the sacred fire seed atoms and the powerful violet flame of transformation which were stored deep within the earth's great labyrinths and caverns. The powerful radiance of the sixth ray and the activated seed atoms' radiance from within the earth were the means of stopping humanity's descent into the darkness and illusion of the third and lower fourth dimensions so that the spiral of ascension back into the realms of light and higher consciousness could begin. As Christianity flourished, the golden center of the Vesica Piscis symbol became the fish symbol of the Christian faith. Later on, this symbol was replaced by the cross as a representation of the crucifixion. However, the true meaning of the cross, as a sacred symbol, was a vertical column of God light and a smaller horizontal column of matter. The tall column of light anchored within the earth was symbolically reaching for the heavens, while the smaller horizontal column represented the accepted narrow spectrum of duality. The column of duality/polarity grew much longer, it became unwieldy and difficult to balance, thus increasing the pain and suffering of humanity. There has been far too much emphasis on the crucifixion and the pain and suffering it represents. It is time to rectify those negative thought forms, and to understand the true meaning of so many of the metaphors that were given during those dark times of the Piscean era. We are relaying this information to you, for it has vast importance as to what is occurring at the present time. You, the star seed, who are diligently striving for self-mastery, have a measure of crystalline memory seed atoms stored within your sacred heart/mind such as those we have just described to you. The majority of you who are now firmly on the path were either embodied on earth or assisted from the higher realms of light to steadily hold the sacred hologram in our minds as we all radiated forth the Piscean sacred fire seed atoms of resurrection and ascension. For those of you who were on earth, this was done while in a deep dream state. Nevertheless, the contribution humanity made was invaluable. You, the Weishauers, are preparing to play much the same role by joining the mighty heavenly forces of our Father/Mother God as we anchor the new divine blueprint, the vibrational patterns for the emerging age of Aquarius. However, this time, you will perform this most important task while fully conscious and aware that it is taking place. The new crystalline grid is now firmly in place and active, and it is time for you, the star seed, to begin to magnetize to you, integrate and then radiate the new divine blueprint/sacred fire seed atoms for the Aquarian age down into the Earth's grid system and out into the world of form. This is your new galactic mission, beloveds. This is what you have been preparing for during these chaotic, stressful years of awakening to your divine nature. We will review some of the important concepts we have given you over the past years to refresh your memory and to assist you in refining your co-creative abilities. When you achieve a certain level of harmony within, you open the physical body gateways or portals to the higher dimensions, the ascension chakra or medulla oblongata at the base of the skull, the back portal of your sacred heart, your sacred mind which is located in the upper, back portion of the brain, and the expansion of the opening of the crown chakra. These are major physical steps in the ascension process, for they reinstate your connection with the river of life, which contains the living light particles of creation called adamantine particles. At that point, you begin to build a force field of full spectrum light as you strive to become a master of self and a conscious co-creator who only creates those things which are for the greatest benefit of all. From that time forward, your breathing exercises and affirmations take on a whole new meaning. When you are practicing the infinity breath exercise, you are breathing through the sacred heart, which creates a continuous flow of cosmic energy throughout the physical body. This process floods the system with adamantine particles of divine, sacred fire light. In order to become a living tributary for the river of life, you must prepare yourselves to allow the essence of life to flow into and through you. You must use what you need and then allow the remainder to flow forth, ready and available to be molded into wondrous new creations. In this way, you will become bearers and servers of the light. This is the ultimate message of all the teachings we have given you over these past years. This is the goal of self-mastery. This is the way of ascension. As you become more proficient as co-creators on the earthly plane, you must constantly monitor your energy patterns and seek to upgrade them. You must strive for sustained harmony and refined godly expression. You must liberate the power of the sacred fire within, which has lain dormant for many thousands of years. You must learn to direct and focus your energy into the areas of your life you wish to change. By establishing and constantly upgrading your 12-ray creator wheel of life, you are planting the seeds of focused change, and you are supplying the sacred fire of creation needed to manifest what you have envisioned. When you can do this proficiently, your personal world will become a wonderland, and you will become a beacon of light for all to see. When the awesome power of creation connects with physical matter as an opposing force, there is always chaos. However, when this wondrous power is drawn into a compatible sensory receptacle, miracles abound. You must change the expectations you have of the people around you. You must release the fear of taking a stand, setting boundaries, and speaking your truth with an overlay of loving energy. It is imperative that you learn to remain centered when experiencing criticism. Do not respond with anger or low-frequency energy. You must learn to rise above the everyday stressful situations so that you may transform moments of discord into hours of serenity. The universe and especially the sub-universe in which we exist is in the midst of a monumental transformational process. Planets are shifting places and moving closer to the sun of the solar system of which they are a part. Galaxies and sub-universes are expanding and moving upward, outward, or downward depending on the viewpoint of the observer. New galaxies are in the formation stages as the impetus for expansion is ignited by a great infusion of creator particles of light/life, and the seed thoughts for new creation are permeating the consciousness of all sentient beings. Never before have you had such an opportunity to serve humanity and the Creator. You are at a crossroads in your evolutionary process, for the world as you have known it is slowly fading away. As divine sparks of the Creator, you were given a great gift, a treasure chest of Creator essence to use in any way you desired. You began this lifetime with a portion of adamantine particles of light stored within your sacred heart and a reserve tucked away within your root chakra, the sacred fire seed atoms sometimes called Kundalini and portrayed as a coiled serpent. You have always had access to the sacred fire stored within your heart, however, you have to remember how to use your keys to the kingdom in order to ignite and effectively use this power source of divine light. The Kundalini or serpent fire is a different matter, for you must clear 51% of the distorted energy you have created in the past in order to tap into this reservoir of Metatronic full-spectrum light. You are in the midst of a cosmic reunion process, my brave friends, and you will evolve in due time, in one way or another. You must be aware that this transformation process is a long and complex cycle. However, it can be a grand journey if you will take advantage of the wisdom teachings and the tools we are offering to you. The law of the circle states that every new creative endeavor must begin from within the still point of willpower, the core essence of the creator/co-creator. There is great concern that the devastation around the world is accelerating. We acknowledge that this is true and will continue for some time as the Earth releases the negative patterns and constrictive energies, for your Earth Mother is striving to repair the damage that has been done to the planet over the eons of time through humanity's negative thoughts and actions. Humanity is responsible for the present state of the Earth, and it is up to all of you, along with the assistance of the beings of the higher realms, to strive to correct as much of the damage as possible. You are being supplied with the tools and the sacred fire energy necessary to accomplish this task. However, you must incorporate and direct the energy appropriately. Your ascension and the Earth's ascension are inexorably tied together, and we are committed to assist you in every way possible. During this shifting of the ages cycle, you are experiencing a great variety of transformative changes. You are reclaiming all the personal fragments of energy/thought forms that you created during your long journey into the physical expression. You are reuniting with the many sparks of consciousness that make up your divine self and your soul family, and you are also striving to become a spiritual/human adult while existing in an ever-expanding, multidimensional realm of physicality. The Holy Spirit or your higher mental self is the discerning higher intelligence which monitors and regulates the light infusions and the gifts of spirit that are allotted to you according to your level of spiritual awareness and your present needs. Special dispensations are also monitored and dispersed by your holy mental self, which is the intermediary between you and your divine I Am Presence/God Self. However, these special gifts must always be used for the greatest good. Remember, you are co-creators and you must always do your part. There is a path open for each of you to follow, no matter in what station or circumstances you may find yourselves. There is a golden opportunity waiting to enable you to assume your power, tap into your creativity, and bring to the fore those many latent abilities you have stored deep within your memory banks. And now, as never before, we are close by, observing, waiting to assist, to encourage, create the miracles, smooth the way and assist you in moving onward and upward. Your soul song is composed of mid-fourth and higher dimensional vibrational patterns of unconditional love, wisdom, balance, and harmony. As a self-master, your energetic signature and your soul song will merge into a celestial mandala of light, sound, and color by which you will be identified in the higher realms. You are recognized by the brilliance of your inner light. The more light essence you incorporate into your physical vessel, the more brilliantly your aura will glow. If you can view all that is presently in your life as transitory except the love/light and spiritual fire within your sacred heart and soul, then you will know what we are trying to convey to you. Release your fear of the past and future, eliminate the emotional and mental controls others have over you and become the free spirit you were meant to be. True spirituality means adhering to the living truth, which is lived every day, and not practiced just 1 or 2 hours a week as is done in most religious ceremonies. It is an incessant burning desire to be in constant communion with Spirit. Humanity must move past the shallow waters of orthodox worship into the mystical river of life. Akashic records are vibrational patterns, positive or negative, which are stored within the cosmic library where the total history of creation is recorded and maintained. The vibrational patterns of the violet flame are the only ones which are accessible both from above, via the crown chakra and the sacred breathing techniques, as well as from within the earth. Envision this beautiful flame blazing up from beneath your feet, surrounding your body, as it transmutes any discordant vibrational frequencies you may have around you, before radiating this sacred flame forth out into the world in greater and greater concentric circles. Remember, one person who is centered within his/her sacred heart and sacred mind can convey cosmic truths and inspired thoughts to millions of people, while the loving vibrations of his/her auric field blesses everyone with whom he/she comes in contact. The world pyramid is a midway station for your multiple soul selves. Your good deeds are stored within the treasury of light storehouse within the world pyramid. There is a harvesting of good deeds every year, and your loving thoughts and deeds are magnified and stored there. The greater portion is melded with Creator light to be used to create the greatest good for all humanity. You will receive your special gifts and divine dispensations in accordance to that which you have contributed to the storehouse of light. We ask you to put us to the test. With an open mind, study the basic concepts we have given, and slowly, but faithfully, implement some of them within your daily life. Give us permission to guide and inspire you, and by doing so, you will have the forces of heaven behind you. You can only fail if you do not make an effort or if you give up, beloveds. Remember, the brilliance of your diamond core God cell, plus the light of your soul and the glow of your sacred heart create the radiance of your auric field of light. The angelic kingdom amplifies light, the human kingdom diffuses it. May you bask in the blessed love/light of our Mother/Father God now and forevermore. We are ever near to guide, direct, inspire and protect you. I am Archangel Michael.